Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. This time I thought I would try and rank the singles of Dire Straits. Between 1979 and 1992 they had 17 singles. They did have one in 93 which was a live encore EP, but I'm not going to count that for two reasons. One, I don't have it, and the second reason is the lead off track was a previous single anyway. So as I say, 17 singles, and we'll start at number 17. And I will say that I do actually like at least all of these singles. Some of them I'm not, totally mad on, obviously the lower ones, but they're all at least not bad. However, number 17, and I'm giving it to Heavy Fuel, the second single from On Every Street. This was released in 91 and it got to a miserable 55. For me, this sounds like they're trying to rewrite Money for Nothing. The first minute to minute and a half of this is really good, but then it just gets a little bit monotonous. So Heavy Fuel comes in at 17. At number 16, and a number 26 hit from 1985, and it's Your Latest Trick from the Brothers in Arms album. This is really nice. It's got nice sax. It is a lovely song, but it's a little bit too much Lady and Ready for me, if you see what I mean. It's a little bit too smooth for them, but this was actually the one that led off the Encore EP as well. But again, it's not a bad song, but no, I'll put it at number 16. At number 15, and a number 67 hit from 1992 and their last studio single, and it's The Bug. This is a half decent little rock and rolly type number in the same vein as Twisting by the Pool or even kind of like Walk of Life. Maybe not, it's obviously not as good as those two, but it's still not bad. Maybe a little bit too long, but this was the fourth single taken from the On Every Street album, and I thought maybe this might have done better if it was the second, because it is quite catchy, but it's still not fantastic. At number 14, I'm going to give it to the live single from 1984, and it's Love Over Gold, and this was issued to promote the Alchemy album. Now this is weird because this actually did not feature on the double LP, although it did feature on the CD from 84. And 84 was like the very early start of CDs. I think the very first CD came out in 81 or something. But it was weird that this wasn't included. This is a good song. It's only about 3.5–4 minutes long, which is excellent. Maybe a studio edit would have been better, but it's still pretty good. I struggle a little bit with live singles. I don't think many work. I think the best live single ever is The Specials, Too Much Too Young, because it got to number 1. But yeah, I still do like this. It's the original version is from obviously Love Over Gold, so that comes in at number 14. At number 13, and the title track from On Every Street, and it is On Every Street, and this got to number 42 back in 92. Yeah, it's a good song. It's a bit slow. I always thought this was an attempt at a Brothers in Arms type song. That's the thing about On Every Street. I think a lot of it was an attempt to replicate the previous album, because there were 6 years between them, but it doesn't work as well as Brothers in Arms, but it's still not a bad song. Was it a good choice as a single? I don't think so. I think an LP track, this is really what it is, and it would be a good LP track, but they did release it and it got to number 42. My number 12 from 1982, and this got to number 14, and it is Twisting by the Pool, and it's an EP, and this is actually really good. Twisting by the Pool is my least favourite song off this EP. The other two songs, Two Young Lovers, I think is a better choice, and Even If I Had You, which is a great little wee rock and roll number as well, but overall it's a pretty damn good single. So the extended dance EP they call it, or the extended dance EP play, and that gets my number 12. Number 11, and the first single from On Every Street, and it got to number 1 in 1991, and it's Calling Elvis. And I remember being very disappointed in this because it doesn't really go anywhere, but there's something about this that I do like. It stays the same throughout the whole song. There's no such real chorus or verse or middle eight or anything. It's just the whole way through, but it is quite good, and it keeps you listening, and I do enjoy it, and that gets my number 11. Number 10 from 1980, and this got to number 37 in the charts, and it's Skate Away, and it's the second single from Making Movies. It's a good song. This is an edited version. Yeah, this is a forgotten about Dire Straits single. It doesn't get on any of the hits albums, and it's a pity because it's a pretty good song, but that gets my number 10. And number 9 from 85, and this got to number 16, and it's the title track, Brothers in Arms, and it's a beautiful song. I'm still not 100% convinced it should have been a single. A wee bit like On Every Street, excellent LP track, but yeah, it's a brilliant song, and that got to number 16. Number 8 from Brothers in Arms, and this got to number 4, and this is the big hit in America. It's got the number 1 in America, and it's Money for Nothing. Great video, great song. I actually prefer this single version to the LP version, because for me the LP version is far too long. It's nearly about 8 minutes long, and this just does it perfectly. So excellent song, loved it back then, and I still do really like it. So that gets my number 8. And number 7 also from Brothers in Arms, and it's Walk of Life, and this is catchy as hell. Now this was originally a B-side of another single, which I'll be getting to, and it has 2 videos. When it was first released as the B-side, it has that busking video where you see a guy like in the subway busking away, and it's far better. They then released it as an A-side and put an American football video onto it, which I could not stand, and it sort of ruined the song for me, but it did get to number 2 in the charts, and it is really catchy. A little bit overplayed, but still like it. So Walk of Life gets my number 7. Number 6 from 1979, and their second ever single, and it's from Communique, and it's Lady Writer, and this got to number 51. A little bit similar to Sultans of Swing in the sound, but Communique itself is similar to the first Dire Straits album. But yeah, this is really good, catchy, but did nothing, and it's a shame because this actually did get onto the Sultans of Swing Best Of CD, which was great to see, because this could have been another one of those forgotten about singles, but I really do enjoy it. So that gets my number 6. Number 5, and from 1980, and possibly my favourite Dire Straits song, but it only gets number 5, and I'll explain why, and it's Tunnel of Love, and this got to number 54 in the charts. It's from the Making Movies album. This is a fantastic song, but this single, it falls into the American Pie type syndrome, where it's a long song, they cut it in half, they put the first part on side A and the second part on side B, and my favourite part of this song is the second part, with the guitar outro. It's absolutely amazing. So because of that, it falls down to number 5, but it's still a very good single, but it's better served up as an LP track, the opener to Making Movies. At number 4, and the first single from Brothers in Arms, and it is So Far Away, and this is absolutely magnificent, and it's this single that has Walk of Life as the B-side, and this used to be in the jukeboxes in the pubs round where I live, and I used to play both of the songs all the time. And even in 1985, when I went on holiday to where did I go? I went to Mallorca. They had it on the jukebox, and I played it constantly as well. And when I got back from Mallorca, I went and bought the LP because of this single. So So Far Away at number 4, and it got to number 20 in the charts. Number 3, and I'm giving it to Private Investigations, the only single from Love Over Gold. This is weird because you would never expect this to be a hit. It's quite long. It's got a lot of like Spanish classical type guitar, and then there's like a big instrumental part, which includes bass very heavily involved, and a shrieking guitar with about 4/5 note descending piano, and it's absolutely magnificent, but you would never expect this to do very well in the pop charts. This got to number 2, and it's, along with Walk of Life, it's their highest charting single, so this gets my number 3. Number 2, and their debut single from 1979, and this got to number 8 in the charts, and it's Sultans of Swing, and I really love this song. This is a single version. It's a slight remix on the album version with a little bit of extra vocals here and there, especially when he sings Sultans of Swing, as it's almost as if it's double tracked with vocals. I think I prefer the album version, and I think that's why this knocks it down to number 2 in my chart, but it's still really good. And a few of the guitar licks are slightly different to the album version as well, but saying that, you never ever hear this. All the compilations have the album version. This one here seems to be forgotten about, but I like it a lot, but because the song is so great, I still prefer the LP version, and I guess the number 2. And number 1, and it goes to, from Making Movies, it's Romeo and Juliet, and this also got to number 8. This was released in 1980, and this was the opening single from, as I say, Making Movies. Brilliant song. I love that acoustic guitar. It's like a metal acoustic guitar that you see in the cover of Brothers in Arms. It's absolutely beautiful, and then even the electric guitar in the outro is magnificent. Fantastic song. It is quite long, but it doesn't feel it. It's got a really good video as well. So number 1, Romeo and Juliet. Okay, so that's my ranking of the Dire Straits singles. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. The videos will not be as frequent as they used to, because I've just found out that I'm being taken off furlough, woohoo, and I'm going back to work. So at the end of this week I shall be back in employment again. Okay, that's me for now. I hope you enjoyed that, and see you later. Bye.